Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Today I'm going to be doing a quick video. Nothing too crazy, nothing too in-depth on these characters, but I think it's time somebody makes a tier list for this game for 1.2.3, which introduced to us Senna as a character, Thresh as a character, and also some very questionable changes for certain characters, and also some buffs and nerfs to some of these characters. So I think it's time somebody makes a damn tier list for this game, am I right? So that's what I'm going to be doing today, just making a quick little tier list. I think we just rock into this shit, honestly. I think we go through. So the way we're going to be doing it, we're going to be going from bottom to top. We're going to be rating from the bottom characters to the top characters. And I think this is how we're going to do it. And we're going to be in order. So, like, left is best, right is worst. In that tier list. In that respective category. Or, row. So, let's rock and roll. Alright, guys. So, the big question. Ooh. Man, who's the worst in the game? And, I'm going to tell you guys. I've played a lot of characters in this game. Cue the music. I've played almost the whole cast at this point in the game. I would like to think I'm pretty good with all the characters. And I will say, with a shadow of the doubt, the worst character in 2xKO in this patch is none other than I had to do it to y'alls. Alright, but okay, just keep stop the music. Alright, let's talk about this. Why do I think Senna is the worst fucking character in this game? And it's very, very simple. Actually, it kind of goes in depth. But the main reasoning for why I think she's the worst in the game is going to be a lot of things. Starting with lack of damage. Sure, she has some insane combos that can scale up some of the damage, but most of her base form damage is horrible. Also, the fact that she's a hybrid character, we gotta talk about this, alright? I said it day one. I said it before the character even came out, that there's a really good chance Senna is probably not going to be a good character. Why is that? Because all the games that have characters that have like form shifts, or like multiple forms, they usually are undertuned with one of the forms. And Senna, being extremely undertuned in her base form. Slowest character in the game, slowest walk speed in the game by far. Slowest character, really bad neutral. Let's talk about her range, okay? Because her base form is supposed to be the range form. You're supposed to be, as a hybrid, you're supposed to be a range in her base form with the gun. It is dog shit. Most characters will completely outrange her, outzone her, even though she's designed as kind of a hybrid ranged character. It makes no sense. Minus 21 on blast with her railgun on block is ludicrous. If you shoot your gun at a character and they block it, you are minus 21. Let's just talk about that. Jinx is like plus 2 with a rocket. Other characters are like plus most of the time after hitting on block ranged abilities, like Illaoi. Like, I don't know what they thought with Senna. It sucks because I actually really like this character. I wanted to try her, I wanted to main her. But it's just impossible. If you play at a high level in this game, Senna is a really hard character to find any value in. And the main issue with her is also her Wraith form. I think it's too much commitment, too much. You have to spend too much to get little. If you're in the corner with Wraith form, you are dead. You are dead. There's nothing you can do. If you're in the corner with her base form, you're dead. I honestly think Senna is the only character D tier right now. It feels like she came out completely undertuned, underdeveloped. It feels like they got about halfway with her and they're like, alright, that's enough. Throw her out. We don't want her to be the best, so we're just gonna kind of undertune her and see how it goes. And it sucks because the character's design is sick. Like, if you ever play League of Legends, Senna is one of the cooler characters in League. And it really sucks that she came out the way she did in this game, because she's, in my opinion, pretty unusable. Can you still get value with her? Can you still make it to like Master, possibly low Grandmaster with her? Of course, if you're a really, really good player, of course. But you're going to be struggling. It's going to be way harder versus just playing a character like Thresh, or like a character like Illaoi, or some of the easiest characters like Braum. Like, why play her when you can just play Ahri? It's ridiculous. And her kit isn't even that fun. We definitely get to spend a lot of time with Senna just because she's one of the new characters, and it really is saddening. But that's some of my thoughts with Senna. Just a letdown. I honestly think both of her forms, I'll say this, I think she has no identity. People say her identity is being a hybrid, but the issue with her character, all forms of her characters, so her Wraith form and normal form, in my opinion, are the worst characters in the game. That's why I feel like she has no identity, because she has nothing special besides a swap form. That's it. But it's not like each character in this game has something that's extremely broken about them. One thing specifically broken, like Shield Braum. There's other characters that have multiple broken things, but most characters in this game have like one or two extremely broken things that are their specific character. And it sucks that she has nothing. I generally don't think she has anything good. No good options. So that's why putting her in D tier, hear me out. I think right now in the game she's D tier. I think she has a potential when people main her more, people practice a little bit more. I think she can come up a little higher. I just think currently where the game sits and how new she is, she's definitely the worst character in the game by far, and requires way too much lab time to even get her worthwhile. And I think it's important to note, this tier list is from bronze to the top. I'm not making a tier list only for the top players. This is for if you're bronze or if you're to the top. Because I truly think Senna is one of those characters, if you're really, really good, you can get some value, but if you're a bronze, you're going to get smoked trying to play this character against 80% of the cast. She gets absolutely decimated by Thresh. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but the fact that they released this character with Thresh and how strong this motherfucker is versus her, how weak she is, and the fact that Thresh counters her is diabolical. What happened? Thresh counters her. If Thresh is on the screen, she is unplayable. You cannot use any of your ranged abilities. You cannot do anything. The only way to play Senna across like 80% of these matchups is you have your primary out, and then you only use her as like an assist and a combo every now and then. Not to mention, if an assist hits the character and you switch to Senna to continue the combo, you have to switch up most of your combos to even like combo properly with her, because for some reason her shit is so specific combos wise, and if you change up something in the combo, they'll fall out. Hits done and all that stuff. It's just horrible. I don't know what they were thinking with this character. Definitely undercooked, underdeveloped. Really sucks because I love this character. And I love 2XKO. I think they do a great job for most characters, but this was a very big letdown. Alright, going into the next. That's enough of Senna. Alright, second worst. This could be two characters. I think the second worst character is Blitz. I'm gonna go Blitz here. Do I think Blitz is a bad character? No. I think he's very viable in a lot of teams. If you pair him with someone really, really good, like Thresh, you pair him with an Ahri, he definitely has a lot of options and can help that character get in. And that's his purpose. And I think he does that purpose really well. And he's very strong. Armor grab. Half your health. Very strong character in his own right. I think he just struggles with some of the speed and everything, but he's a very good character. I think he's still a strong pick in the game, and you can get a lot of value out of him depending on your team. So, one of my buddies plays him, and he's really good. And sometimes he can be really struggling. The only way you deal with Blitz is you have to learn to parry. If you can parry against him, most of his stuff is pretty useless. He's definitely a character that you have to be a little bit better and learn how to parry to properly counter. And then, speaking of that, Going into the next character, I think Darius is the third worst character in this game. Now, don't get me wrong. Out of all the heavies I play, I only play one heavy, and I play Darius. I think he is very viable at a lower level. I think he decimates the lower level bracket of this game from like bronze to like gold. He will decimate. But once people figure out how to push block, he becomes useless. If you can push block Darius properly, you get a free punish every time. Every time you get a free punish push blocking Darius. When he does his grab with his axe, it pretty much becomes useless, that move alone. And you'll get punished for it every time. So definitely he's very good at the lower level. I think that's why I don't put him as second worst, because at the low level he's very good. I just think he's so telegraphed. He's very honest. Sure, he does a shit ton of damage. Like if he gets hits, shit ton of damage. He will decimate the lower levels of this game. But once people start getting a little bit better and playing the game a little bit more, Darius is definitely one of those characters you can learn to fight against pretty easily. That's why I'm putting him as bottom 3. And then last for C tier, I don't think we have anyone else in the C tier actually. I think these 3 are definitely the bottom 3, and I think no one else is in the C tier. I think every other character from here on out is very viable. So let's go to the next 4th worst character, which is tough. This is where it gets a little tough. But like, we're not saying this is the 4th worst, even though it technically is on the screen. These characters are all really good. So let's just start by that. And I think I'm going to start with Caitlyn. Now, Caitlyn is one of my mains. I do like Caitlyn a lot. She's who I main with Ahri, and I think Caitlyn is also very, very, very good with certain teammates. She does a great job getting other teammates in. She can do a shit ton of damage too. Really good combos. They did nerf her recently, so they nerfed a little bit of her damage in a combo. Nothing major. I just don't think she's the best, and she definitely struggles with some like lag, and her block pressure is not the best. And block pressure in this game is really important, and like these characters below really don't have much block pressure. Like Senna has none, and I think she struggles a little bit. So we're gonna put her B tier. And then going into the next, I'm gonna say Jinx. I also think Jinx is a B tier character. Don't get me wrong, Jinx is an absolute menace with the right character. If you pair her with, Yasuo, which is my main team, Yasuo Jinx, that team is absolutely diabolical. There's a lot of good stuff to it. Double down still works pretty well with it. I just think Jinx, even after all the buffs, I think them doing what they did to double down really screwed her character up. I think Jinx at this point needs specific teammates to be good. She's definitely still one of the worst solo characters in the game. Jinx Fury is really strong. I will say she definitely has massive comeback potential with Fury, especially with level 3. Her level 3 super is insane. I just think she struggles every now and then. I think she's really good, but she can be easily countered. And that's why I'm putting her in this tier. She definitely has her issues. That's the thing. Some of these characters in the B tier, really strong with some stuff, but they have their clear weaknesses that can be exploited pretty easily. And that's why they're B tier. And then going into the next, I think we'll go with Warwick here. And don't get me wrong, Warwick is an absolute menace still. This character, if you don't know how to fight against him, will destroy you. So much damage, really good combos, very easy combos, one of the best S1s supers, really good assists. Also, I think he's a really strong character. It's just what they did to his overhead. I know that move was one of the best moves in the game, but his overhead getting nerfed the way it did definitely brought him down the tier list massively. He became one of the best characters to, like a pretty good, definitely in the right hands kind of character, but I still think he struggles now with some fights and some matchups, so he has clear weaknesses. That's why he's in the B tier. Going into the next, I think that's close to all our characters in the B tier. I think of most characters at this point or either A or higher. I could make an exception for one character in here, but I'm not going to do it. I think that's it for the B tier. I think we'll move to the A tier. Starting with Vi. Now Vi. This character is absolutely annoying as shit. I absolutely hate playing ranged characters against her. Why? Because she'll sway through that shit, and next thing you know, she has a full combo. So Jinx Rocket, boom, she sways through it, goes through it, and then she's in a full combo, you're pretty much dead. She has some of the best on-ground pressure in the game. It's just her weakness is height. She doesn't have many good options in the air. She has some of the strongest abilities on the ground in the game, though. Like Sway. Sway is one of the best things in the game, by far. So, without Sway, I don't think she'd be that good. But with that move and what she has, especially the grab, the jab, 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 grab, that is extremely good. Like Sway grab, extremely good. Busted hero. I just think she struggles, especially after the nerfs and whatnot. But pairing her with like characters like Illaoi and doing the car crash technique, still very strong. It's not as strong as it used to be after the nerfs to Vi, but it's still very strong. So if you pair her with really good characters like, you know, Vi or Illaoi, you're in business. Going into the next for A tier, I think I'm going to do it to my man. I think I'm going to do it to my main. I think Yasuo's next. Now, don't get me wrong, I know people are going to hate this. I know the lower level players are absolutely going to hate this. They all think he's S tier. Yasuo, I'm going to say it here, I'm going to say it now. Get it straight. Yasuo is nowhere near S tier in this game. Yasuo is one of the few characters in 2XKO that has punishable moves. He's somewhat telegraphed. He's a mix-up champion, sure. You know, high, low, all that stuff, but what they did to him, nerfing what they did, was unnecessary. They nerfed the wrong stuff on his character, and it made him annoying to play. He is annoying. He still does a shit ton of damage, but he's very annoying to play now. His combos are annoying. A lot of his stuff just doesn't make sense anymore. And he's really not the best character. Like, Yasuo has a clear way to play against him. When he does his dash through move, you can grab. You have tons of options when he does his block pressure. So he'll hit you 2 times usually, and then he'll either do like a hop or dash through, or even maybe do the full like dash through you, and you can parry that. You can grab through a normal dash. You can 2H when he jumps. You have all these options. He has so many ways to play against him. It's just you have to guess a lot of the times with Yasuo. That's why I still think he's a great character, and he has a lot of potential still, and still winning tournaments. It's just he's become so nerfed to the point where I think he's like a few nerfs away from being like B or C tier. He's definitely very hard to execute, very hard to play, and with all the nerfs, he just became more hard. And I love him. He's my main. I still think he's really, really good. Way too much damage. They should have nerfed his damage, not the other stuff. That was their main issue, and that kind of cooked him as a character. It just made him a bore to play. But I still love him. That man got aura, and I think he's really good. All right, going into next. I think this is gonna be Akali, guys. I think Akali is actually coming next here. Now, I think Akali is extremely busted. She's one of Ahri's best teammates, and Ahri is one of the best in the game. I think she's Ahri's probably her best teammate, to be honest, because she's just another version of Ahri, a little less toned down. But the problem with Akali is a lot of her stuff requires a lot of finesse, a lot of work, a lot of combos, and a lot of this stuff doesn't work when you're at a super high level tournament. You know, you might have nerves, you might mess up a combo, same as Yasuo, and her combos don't do that much damage. What's so good about her though, what's so strong, is that she can get into a combo very easily. She's super fast, one of the fastest characters in the game. Insane block pressure, like her dash through move, probably one of the best moves in the game. I think, like, being able to just do die, and then throw kunai to keep yourself safe, or you do the spin heavy, you're good. Like, people can't punish you when you do that die, die, die move. You are safe. Call an assist. You're safe. You get a free punish every time. You get free block pressure every time with her. I think she's super strong. It's just some of the nerfs definitely hit her. Changing up her combo routes, and I don't know why they decided to nerf her damage. I don't think that's what she needed. That's absolutely ridiculous. Why are we nerfing Akali and not characters like Illaoi? Like, what are we doing? This character requires effort and skill. This character, 0. What the fuck are we doing, Riot? That's how I feel about that. I think she's a really amazing character, but she requires a lot of skill, a lot of finesse. And after the nerfs, it definitely hit her a little bit. And I just think she's near Yasuo's level at this point now, after that. And then going into the last A-tier character, I think at this point it's gonna be that might be the last A-tier character. That's tough. I think we're gonna put Teemo in A-tier. I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna put Teemo at the top of A-tier. And I will say, Teemo, if you don't know how to fight against this character, if you don't have the right tools to fight against Teemo, he is the most annoying son of a little bitch Yordle you've ever experienced in your career. However, he has clear weaknesses. Teemo is one of those characters that does have some weaknesses, and certain characters put him in the dirt. And you know who we gotta talk about? Characters that put him in the dirt. Thresh. Thresh coming out, and then also the nerfs to Teemo, put this character down a tier. He was S tier, but Thresh coming out and Thresh being as busted as he is, and then the nerfs to Teemo, every patch, making him worse and worse. None of his combos flow right. He's so specific. He doesn't even have basic B&Bs. A lot of them don't work. He just can't be S tier. He's really good, really annoying, but if you have a character like Thresh, even Jinx hard counters Teemo. I never have issues with Teemo when I'm playing Jinx. It's free, in my opinion. I think Jinx really hardcore shits on Teemo. And so does Thresh. Thresh really makes him unplayable. So that's why he's at A tier. I think just Thresh being as strong as he is really puts Teemo down in the dirt. He's still amazing. One of the best characters in the game still at the end of the day. Just not the S tier that he used to be. And now we're going to go into the S tier. The overpowered sons of bitches. Alright? I know you guys are probably like, what the fuck? Your shit is crazy. Why is Braum in this? Braum is busted. And we're going to start with Braum. Braum is an easy S tier character. This guy plays the game different than any characters in the game. He is literally... Okay, this is my problem with Braum and why he's so strong. You will go from facing characters like Ahri, you know, maybe like a team like Ahri, Caitlyn, and you have to, and every team in this game plays kind of the same. You could play to counter them kind of the same. When you're playing against Braum, you completely have to switch up your play style for him. You could be playing someone way worse than you, and if they're on Braum, they're gonna make you struggle. They're gonna make you play to their level because Braum does that. This character is broken. Ice Shield. Let's talk about Ice Shield. Ice Shield makes this character go from a B to an S. If it wasn't for that Ice Shield, I think he's like a B tier champ. But when he gets Ice Shield, he becomes the best character in the game, bar none. I think Braum is absolutely busted. If he has Ice Shield, you are cooked. Yeah, so for the reason Braum is so strong, Ice Shield, that is just the best thing in the game. I think you can't forget to mention that. He has one of the few characters that has a projectile that doesn't go away on hit. Why? Why is that allowed? Why does characters like Jinx Rocket go away if you hit the main, and his doesn't? The world may never know. Riot, I guess. And this is my problem with 2xQ. I love this game to the death. It's just the problem I have with 2xQ is these heavy characters are not designed like heavies. Heavies are supposed to have clear weaknesses in terms of like characters like Blitz and Darius. They have clear weaknesses. They have, you know, they go up, they're slower, they have punishable frames, they have some windows where you can punish them. Characters like, you know, Braum, Illaoi, and Thresh as heavies, you just can't punish them. They are not heavies. They do so much damage like a heavy does. They're big like a heavy, more health, all that stuff, but they have no negatives. Which, it's just like, Riot, what are we doing? And I think the reason for this is they know their casuals love the heavies. And if they nerf heavies too strong, they'll lose the casual player base. But Braum is absolutely busted, easy S tier unit. Busted. I think the reason why we don't see Braum too much is because not a lot of players play him. He's definitely one of the most boring characters in the game. But people like Sage, a few rare players that do play him that are actually good. If you have a player playing Braum who's actually good at the game, really good, this character is a disaster. You will struggle. Going into the next character, top 4 now. I think we're gonna go into Thresh. Guys, I'm doing it. I think Thresh is top 4. And there's a lot of reasons for this. And I'll start with the first and most easy thing. This character can sit in the back lines and spam 80% of the matchups and absolutely decimate half the cast. There are certain characters like Senna, you know, characters like Kali, even Echo. I think he honestly counters Echo. There's a lot of characters that he just sits in the back and he will decimate you for free. Nothing you can do about it. And he gets free combos off of a low across the map. No character has something like that. Across the map low. Sure, characters like Illaoi do, but she can't combo. Thresh is easily one of the strongest characters in this game. It's insane to me that they release him next to Senna, being Senna as weak as she is. Someone must have completely just 2 different teams working on these characters, of course, I'm sure. He just very low weaknesses. He does have a few, but it's just his strengths are way too strong to not put him at least top 4. I think at EVO in a couple days we're gonna see just how strong this character really is. People are gonna start to see it. I think if you're not playing, the problem is with Thresh is he counters 80% of the cast. If you're playing Teemo against Thresh and you don't have a backup character, you will lose. Even to a player who's worse than you, there's a really good chance you're gonna lose. And that's why I think Thresh is so strong. Just endless, so much damage, so much health. You'll die instantly for getting hit by him. Insane options, really good block pressure. One of the best characters in the game. An instant through move where you can dash through in and out, left and right, and assist people in instantly. Way too strong. I don't think they thought this character over when they put him in the game. Alright, now, next character on this list, I think for 3rd place, absolutely busted hero still. I think he honestly is still under the radar a little bit, is Echo. Now, a lot of people don't play Echo, probably because he is tough. He's one of the hardest characters in the game, in my opinion. He has a lot of mix-ups, a lot of specific stuff. He is just absolutely insane, and he elevates a lot of the really strong characters in the game, like Illaoi too. Like pairing him with an Illaoi, I think Echo Illaoi is still the best team in the game right now. The reason for it is Echo has easily the best block pressure in the game, the best corner pressure in the game. Very insane corner pressure. He has some of the craziest mix-ups you'll ever see. Really hard to deal with sometimes. The instant out and out. When he's above you, he can like time wind up and down to catch you off guard. He has so many options. Really good damage. His 2H is one of the best in the game. His uppercut. He is absolutely a menacing character. I think he's under the radar a little bit. I think not many people play him, but the people who do obviously have really good results. Like Bleed and Super Noon. Some of the people who are always like top 1, top 2 in major tournaments. So, yeah, I think Echo, still one of the best characters by far. It's just that a lot of people dropped him after they dropped Yasuo because Yasuo wasn't the best anymore. But I still think Echo is an amazing character. Easily top 3 in the game right now. Still broken. Alright guys. Down to the last 2, the big dogs. You guys aren't going to like this. You guys aren't going to like this hot take here. But, 2 hot takes coming in. I think, guys, these 2 characters are in a tier of their own cinema. I think these two characters at this point are so above the other characters, we have a problem. And people don't want to talk about this. People don't want to talk about Illaoi being the best in the game. And I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you from bronze to the top. Guess what? Guess what? Guess fucking what? I think Illaoi is the best character in 2XKO right now. Cinema. Let me tell you why, guys. So, let's start with why I think Illaoi is the best character in 2XKO. And I'm talking from bronze to the top, alright? This is bronze to the top. Now, if you're saying the top 1% of players, Ahri is the best character, yes. But, if you're talking from bronze level to the top, Illaoi is way better than Ahri. A bronze player cannot pick up Ahri and get good results. A bronze player can pick up Illaoi and beat gold plat with like 4 hours of training. This character is broken. Absolutely broken. Let's talk about some of her stuff. Alright. What makes Illaoi so broken? Number one, best corner pressure in the game. I know I said Echo was. It's easily her. Ahri is a close second to block pressure in the corner. But Illaoi is free. All she has to do is put down her super. GG. You can't play the game anymore. She puts down the tentacle super and you're in the corner. Guess what? You can't do shit. You can't block. You can't call an assist. You can't block, call assist. You can't do any of that, because if you do the push block, your assist will come out and get hit by the tentacles, and then you're going to lose your assist character. They're going to take a shitload of damage. Characters like Ahri, if she's on your ass in the corner, you can block pressure and a lot of times get out of it. But Illaoi, you cannot push block in the corner. You have to just take it, get lucky. You have to accept the 30% chance that you're blocking in the right way for the mix-up, whatever they decide to do. And if it's a character like Illaoi Echo, good luck. Yeah, so I think that's why she's definitely the best in the game. It's just her block pressure, the fact that she has the best zoning in the game. I know people are not going to like that take. I think this character easily has the best zoning in the game. You may think like, no, that's Jinx. No, that's Caitlyn. No. Illaoi's zoning is so diabolical. The tentacle high, busted. The tentacle low, busted. Just Illaoi has no weaknesses. She has every positive of being a heavy character, like damage, health, just endless everything, but she has no negatives of it. Her frame data is still really good. She's super fast character. She's faster than Senna. Sure, that low is instant. That will get you no matter what. Her assist calls, some of the best in the game. Her, just everything she has is so insanely busted. I think she's easily the best character in the game. I know people are like, no, that's easily Ahri. Yes, at the high level, Ahri is better, like potentially. But Illaoi just handles it better. And then let's go into Ahri, second best character in the game. I still think Ahri is absolutely busted. And this is also one of my mains. Secondary main, in case my first team doesn't do too well. I just think Ahri is easily second best in the game. She is so busted. The amount of mix-ups she has, her corner pressure, the block pressure, all of that, some of the best in the game. Her mix-ups, the instant double-double, you can dash high, hit them with one low, dash again, hit them again, that catches them every time. She has some of the best mix-ups, all her stuff just works. Her ball super, still one of the best supers in the game, even after nerfing it a million times. The little Fox Flame is really good, a tool to keep people in the corner. She's just so good. It's just the only thing with her, the only negative is she's a little bit hard to pilot, but if you can get past that, she If you can get past that and play her at the top level, like top 1%, she's probably the best character in the game. I just think I can't rightfully put her as the best character because I think she requires a little bit too much work and being extremely good at the game to get the same results that you get with Illaoi without being good. That's why I think Illaoi is the best. You can get the best results from her without being good. And that's all the heavies in this game. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm going to be truly honest. I'm going to be real. Heavies in 2xKO are busted. These characters, if you're struggling in the game, if you're playing normal characters like Akali, Yasuo, Jinx, and you're struggling, pick up a heavy. Pick up one of the top 3 heavies in the game. You will start to decimate. Why? Because these characters are just so free. They have no negatives to them. They can throw out moves across the stage like Illaoi. And if it doesn't hit, oh well, they're fine. They have the best zoning. It's just, like, heavies are so busted. So much health, so much damage. Easy combos. It's I don't know. I get why they do it, but heavies are really busted. And I think she needs to be top for that reason. I think this is good. I'm pretty happy with this, guys. Let me know how you guys feel about this tier list. I know people aren't going to be too happy. I truly think these two characters are in a league of their own at this point. Ahri is a menace, and so is Illaoi. And I think Illaoi's flying under the radar right now somehow still. Call me crazy. I'm going to say this. I think the reason they don't nerf this character is because the poster child of the tournament scene has this character as a main. Yeah. Alright, guys. I love Illaoi, but she needs fucking nerfs ASAP. The fact that characters like this are getting nerfs, and she's not... Do we play our game, Riot? Do we play our own game? This character is broken. And it's crazy she's been this broken for this long. I absolutely hate Illaoi in terms of playing against her. But this game is, it's a great game. I hope everyone, a great game. Every character has, I will say though, at the end of the day, guys, these characters all have potential. You can make it easily to the, Grandmaster, low Grandmaster with pretty much every single one of these characters. I think most characters at this point in the game are pretty even to each other. Like, I could put most of these characters in B or A and be pretty happy. Like all these in A, B, and C, I could probably put in like B and A and be happy still. Because most characters at this point are pretty balanced, I think. I think we just have a few outliers like Illaoi, Ahri that are extremely strong. Thresh definitely seems a little overtuned. And Senna, why is she like this? Like, she's unplayable. This character's unplayable. And just not fun. Like, all her stuff drops. It's so awkward. It's just too slow. It's like playing in mud. Only a few outliers. I think there's like 4 characters in this game right now that aren't correct. They're not where they should be. And that's it. I think if you're asking me who's the most balanced character in the game, I'm actually going to say Yasuo. If someone asks me who do you think is the most balanced character in 2xKO, I think it's Yasuo. He's strong where he's at strong, but he definitely lacks a lot of things, and he has decent counterplay. You can counterplay him pretty easily. Yasuo was the character, even from the beginning when he was one of the best characters in the game. He still had clear weaknesses, and he needed to be paired with another character to fix those weaknesses. And that's the problem with this game, is that characters like heavies, some of these heavies, don't have clear weaknesses. It's insane to me that these characters can get away without having to have an assist. It's ludicrous. Like, a heavy character should have that nerf to them where they need a secondary character to make up for their weaknesses. But some of these characters like Illaoi, Braum, Thresh, even sometimes Warwick, they don't have their weaknesses. They're fine. Like Ahri, they don't need another character. Sure, it helps, but yeah, that's my problem. I think the game's amazing. Keep it coming. Just clean up a few things, and I think we're in good shape. Yeah, it's been it for this tier list. Hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys enjoy Evo. I know you guys will probably figure out pretty soon where this tier list lies. I know no one really has any out there. I'm sure some of the pros will start posting their tier list soon, so let me know how I did compared to theirs. I feel like I did a little bit of a hot take here, but yeah, I do think Senna's the worst. Peace out, guys.